it's the Hella Bash. Tune in and check out the podcast. We got the nerd button on repeat and we're gonna smash. Come on in and I can show you that we're open. Shoe polish on our signs cause our locks are always broken. You need that view askew? You know we got you, dude. Showing gratitude and always smiling, never rude. Top 5 movie reviews and what's new. We bringing out the big guns when we coming through. Welcome to the stage. Come on, enjoy the day. Hurry up, don't come in late. You know we love it the sacred stage.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Live from the Secret Stash. I am one of 3 hosts today, Christian Cortez, joined always by...
I am Michael Zapsik. I'm the manager here at the Secret Stash. And welcome to the podcast table.
To our right.
To our right.
Jack Welsh.
Good deal, Jack. Young Jack.
Thank you for having me again.
Of course. You kidding? You liven up this program.
Very much so.
Julia is stepping back a little bit, and she's going to come on whenever
she feels like it.
Whenever the fuck she feels like it. How about that? She's like, you know what? I don't feel like doing it today, so you find somebody else, Michael Zapsik.
And we did.
And
Jack.
There we are.
Julia stole the throne
That's
on her
true,
way
she
out.
did.
You know what? I like that canon.
There you go.
I like it. She was like, you know what? I'm taking this on the way out.
Yeah,
I like it.
Just fuck you, boys. The queen has spoken.
Facts.
Damn straight.
Yeah, I'm not going to question it either.
No, you better.
The fact that she also lifted it out of here with just one hand was a little scary. It was impressive, but now I'm just like, you know what? I'll never bring up time travel around Jules again.
Yeah, don't fuck with that woman. She will kill you. With like a hand.
Yeah.
So hello, everybody. We were just like giggling before the and 3 grown men were fucking giggling. It was actually quite funny.
They're giggling as they're reading comic books and I'm setting up the show. It's the usual pre-show bullshit. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Doing good.
A lot of nerdy news this week.
There is.
Like
let's talk about some of it.
Where do you want to start? Marvel or DC?
Well, actually, no, let's start in the world of Star Wars.
Ooh.
Let's talk about all of the bitches out there that are complaining about the Acolyte.
Star Wars. Okay. For whatever reason, my brain registered Star Trek.
Okay.
Star Wars.
All right. Let's talk about them bitches out there talking about Strange New Worlds. No, nobody has anything bad to say. Actually, I'm on a Facebook group that celebrates Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and I have never seen a group of whinier bitches in my entire life. I'm like, you're supposed to be on here. You're a fan of this, and you're gonna pick that kind of nit? What the fuck is wrong with you? That's toxic fandom.
Well, we know this. Like, people love to hate now. Like, they've made people have made a career out of it. Like,
that was one of the giggles before. We're not going to name names, but someone was like shit talking comic book men. So, and I'm not going to tell you who, but it was like, and there are like 4 blatant lies in this like little section where, this person shit talks the show. And I've never heard this word, nerdlebrity, which is just fucking stupid. And I'm dropping the F-bomb a lot today because I've been good all week. I have not cursed. And today has been a day. Today has been like just a shitstorm of magnificence. Ooh. So I know it was just one thing after another. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just going to roll with it, baby. Little Steve Winwood action going on. I'm just roll with it. And so somebody who had the pomposity to use the word nerdlebrity and told in one paragraph there were 4 lies. I was like, wow, that's amazing. That is there are only like 4-5 people I know, and I was one of them at one time who could pull off 4 lies in that short a space. So, kudos.
So, don't lie about shit you don't know about.
Yes.
Okay. And don't shit talk one of the best shows that AMC ever put on screen. That's at least my.
Wow. Were we shit talking Killing Eve? I mean, come on. Really?
Okay, maybe. Okay, now I know. I learned my lesson. I won't shit talk Killing Eve anymore. I won't do it. I won't do it.
So,
is that so? You're just feeling a little heated today. That's all.
I'm feeling a little salty. Yeah, that's all there is to it. And
you wear one red shirt for one day.
You know what? I changed the dynamic. We fucking red shirts. We go out killing.
This is why you don't take Mike's throne away from him.
That's right.
Because then you get fiery Mike, and I'm kind of scared right now.
You should not be.
You know what? No, I'm wearing the security guard shirt. I'm your security today. I'm protecting you from all the bullshit.
Am I supposed to be like Scotty? He's like, Huck, get over there. Take a bullet for me, you bastard.
Yes, Captain.
Captain Scotty, I would love that. He would be pretty fucking badass, although nobody can understand what he's ordering him to do. Get out there. It's an alternate. Like, what?
A Star Trek show that just constantly had subtitles for Scotty.
Exactly. and everyone's like reading it. You know, Sulu's like, I'm sure. Warp Factor 6. There you go.
Oh my god.
So the Acolyte. Everybody's bitching and moaning about it. And you know what? If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's that simple, folks. If you don't like, first off, if you don't like Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, don't join a Facebook group celebrating it. That drives me nuts.
If you don't like something, maybe not participate in the good aspects of the fan community and just kind of bring everything down.
Exactly. Do not shit on it so other people are like, ew, somebody shit on Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
But here's what I also want to say, and it's like, we're not saying that like shows don't deserve criticism.
No,
like,
of course
shows very much do. But like, I think that people forget that a lot of like the saying power does fall on us. Like, if we really don't want to support the new Star Wars or anything like that to show like we kind of don't want this direction, don't watch it.
Yeah,
because that's what people will listen to. That's what the suits will listen to. If no one's watching something, they'll be like, okay, maybe this wasn't a good idea, and it'll go away.
Right.
But the more you like, even hate watching will contribute towards positive numbers.
Seriously, if you're hate watching something,
there's no such thing.
First up, exactly. There are no bad numbers. It's like, I'm going to watch the living shit out of the Acolyte because I hate it. It's like, do everyone a favor and go watch porn. Everyone, including yourself. You'll get rid of some stress. Swear to God, you'll thank me for it.
Well, but remember that Velma cartoon that came out last year, and it was so bad, but people kept watching it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's their fault that it came back again.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
no, not mine.
Well, yeah, I did not watch it.
I watched 10 minutes of it. And I was like, oh, this is bad. I said, this is bad. So what do we do? What do we do, children? We pick up our remote controls and we turn off the television. That's what we do. Or we change the channel. You
know what I love about the trailers for Velma, though? It was an accurate representation of the show because I didn't watch it. Which, you know what? I was like, you know what? They did a good job. They showed us the best aspects. The fact that there are none of them. So, you know what? I'm good. And I'm just like, that's just kind of my thing with everything. Like, that's why I do watch trailers for movies. Like, that's why, like, I follow those kind of things because it's like, if I'm not going to like something from the jump, I'm just not going to watch it. If I want to see, I'll watch. But like after one episode and I determine, this is probably not going to be something I'm going to enjoy.
Right.
I'm just going to tune out. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to hate watch. I'm not going to like contribute. I'm not going to say anything negative to go out of my way to be like, I fucking hate it. Unless it's like doing something detrimental. I don't really care anymore. Like, I'm just like, all right, you know,
unless it's breaking into my house and stealing my TV,
or your comic book collection,
Well, it'd be kind of like self-fulfilling prophecy if a TV show broke into my house and stole my TV. They're just fucking themselves.
That's a very Futurama-esque gag.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. That's like mathematician. You know. But I tried to like Andor.
Okay.
I did. I tried to like Andor, and here is this character that I I liked in a very small dose. I liked him in Rogue One. Then they made a show about him, and they decided to give him a backstory.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to give everybody doesn't need a backstory. Wolverine.
Lucasfilm.
Wolverine did not need a backstory.
Wolverine didn't need a solo movie that bad.
No, he didn't. He worked best as a team player.
Mm-hmm.
He did. The X-Men, there are not a lot of solo characters in there that need their own comic book. Wolverine, because he's so popular, they gave him one. They gave him, back in the day, which was like back in 1982 or 83, they gave him his own limited series, 4 issues with Chris Claremont, and Frank Miller did the artwork. It was the artwork was like, whoa, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was Frank at his Frankiest, his Millerist. And
Frank at his Frankiest.
So, but it was Chris Claremont who was doing the writing, and you had Wolverine, a Canadian, in Japan, which he's a gaijin. He's an outsider, and talk about non-inclusive. Talk about somebody not. No, there was nothing in there, but. I mean, he was an outsider who got his ass whooped all over the place, and it didn't need to happen. And he's a samurai. You're like, oh my God, Wolverine's a samurai. How did that happen? You're like, because we knew nothing about. We knew Shogun, and we knew Eric Van Lustbader's The Ninja. That's it. That's all we had.
See, but like the only counterpoint that I guess I could come up with from that type of stuff is like, but sometimes you can get magic from like, yeah, you're right. Wolverine works best as a team player on the X-Men.
Right.
But like, then you do sometimes get those magical stories that are offshoots of that. Like I'm more referring to the movies. Like that X-Men Origins Wolverine crap, no. Especially after what they did to Deadpool.
Yeah.
just no.
Well, I mean, we did see Deadpool go back in time and fix that.
So yeah.
Thank you,
Ryan Reynolds. Very same page. But then you get the follow-up, which I would argue is a way better movie. The Wolverine.
Sure.
Which which then gets followed up with Logan.
Which was amazing.
Is amazing.
Jump in.
So I think that I think that it really depends on who's handling the character and who's handling like those kind of decisions. That at least that's just my 2 cents. Because there can always be a shit character, but like someone can have a great take on it. Like what they did with Polka Dot Man and Suicide Squad.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Polka Dot Man was a joke and still is a joke, but they made him work in that movie very well.
But take a look at Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knew who Guardians of the Galaxy was, and I'm going to beat this drum. You take that stuff. What about Werewolf by Night?
Oh yeah.
We watched that the other day. Still work. It holds up so well.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a property that nobody's heard of. Nobody knows who Elsa Bloodstone is. Nobody knows who Man-Thing is. Nobody's seen giant-sized Man-Things anymore. I was waiting for somebody to springboard off that. But, I mean,
you dug that hole. You're good.
Exactly. But it was holy God. If Marvel had put that in their playbook, use your peripheral characters and have somebody with an authentic love for the characters. Jeff Johns, he came into The Flash after an amazing run by Mark Waid. Mark Waid, can't say enough about. Fantastic writer. Great taste in women, too. Get on my wife. So Jeff Johns is in, he takes the rogues, his rogues gallery, who are a bunch of ne'er-do-wells and losers. And DC tried to make them cool and relevant and never really was able to. But Jeff Johns did.
Right.
Jeff Johns comes in and he makes the Pied Piper into a cool character again. He takes Captain Boomerang and turns him into a cool character. Holy crap. Brad Meltzer did the same thing. He took Captain Boomerang killed him.
Right.
Yeah, killed him. But you're like, wow, that was badass.
What was Jeff Johns' first story that he wrote?
First one was, I believe, Stars and Stripe.
For this group of characters we're talking about now?
We're talking about for DC. His first ever was Stars and Stripe. He created the new Star Spangled Kid, who became Stargirl on the WB.
Oh, no way.
That was Courtney Whitmore.
Wow.
Yes, he created her as an homage to his own sister who died in an airplane crash.
Whoa.
So, yeah, she was 14 or 16 when she died, and he turned his sister Courtney, into Courtney Whitmore.
I love that.
She is a badass
writer. That's so dope.
He took personal tragedy and made it into something honoring
he
his
immortalized his sister forever.
Shit, yeah, he did.
That's so dope.
He did. And he tied her irretrievably in with the Justice Society of America, the JSA. She's now Stargirl. She was Star Spangled Kid, and there was Stripesy. It was Stars and Stripes, and Stripesy. And Stripe was the name of that giant robot that he had, which is pretty kick-ass.
I do need like a physical comics college hat.
We'll get
we should one day.
I'll have one made up for you.
You think Jeff Johns could ever be here for a signing? Ever?
I would love that. Jeff,
we know you watch.
Yeah, sure thing, Jeff. You kidding?
Come on
Let's
down,
throw that
give us
out.
a call.
Just because I know James Spader, listens to our thing too, and
we know James Gunn watches.
James Gunn, oh yeah, everyone we
know everybody watches.
We know everybody. Sure, but that would just be. I'd love to have him in to do a signing, but yeah, he's amazing, and he can take. There are writers. Swamp Thing was not a great character. I mean, he was just, a dude who got turned into a swamp animal.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alan Moore comes along, takes him and turns him into something that is insane. He's not a man who thinks he's a plant. He's a plant who thinks he's a man. So how awesome is that? So yeah, it doesn't, and I mean, oh my God, I could give you like so many examples of like Warren Ellis came in to Wildstorm and he took Stormwatch and made him cool. Shield with superpowers, he made it like the next level. So
see, I love when you seem to be able to make a character quote unquote cooler by tying their backstory into something that seems a little bit more personal or something that's like more in line with your own beliefs versus just like what's cool right now. Like let's give him a jetpack. Why kids like jetpacks right now? Like a very like corporate minded kind of thing.
Do kids like jetpacks?
I don't know. I'm thinking like early 2000s for some reason.
You're thinking like Street Luge Batman?
I don't know. Like I have no idea why I said jetpacks. I think maybe because Jimmy Neutron's been on my mind.
I wanted a jetpack as a kid.
I did too. Like
I put that probably 2 times on my Christmas list.
That and hoverboards.
That. Oh my God. Yeah.
I always wanted a hoverboard, and I finally got one, but it was very, very different.
Are you talking about the actual hoverboard?
No,
with 2 wheels.
I was talking like I always thought because like I was tricked because I watched Back to the Future at a very young age because they had the thing that was like, yeah, it'll come out in stores. Where?
When? I want it now.
When is this happening?
Do you remember those hoverboards? Maybe like 5 years ago.
Oh, I remember because that's the one I'm talking about. But yeah, no, I think that a lot of it really does come down to like when you put more of you into like actually the character. I think people can read kind of the passion behind that because I feel like especially if you're an artist who loves the character enough to do that, like you're not necessarily gonna. Let's say you got put on a hero that you weren't necessarily like a huge fan of, but we're like, okay, this is a job, but you're still doing the work. You're not gonna feel as vetted to put, I don't think, as much personal kind of aspects into it as much as you would say, like, if you were helming Green Hornet.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course. And I can give you a couple of examples about that as well. back in the 1970s and 80s. I mean, Daredevil was like a B-list book at best, maybe even C.
Wow.
Yeah, he was not terribly popular. He went through. They had a long string of guys who were workhorses. Guys who wrote well and were stable artists, and like Gene Colan, who very good artist, but he not that superstar status. He was like a craftsman. And then you get Frank Miller goes on there and blows it up. Okay. Yeah.
Drops a Frank Miller bomb. Like he does just casually.
Not only does he like put himself into this book, he does it so well that eventually he's writing it. He took over for Roger McKenzie, who was the artist or the writer on that book. And I mean, he took it and he made it his, and brought in Elektra. Everything was. Do you know that Kingpin was originally a Spider-Man villain? Was not Daredevil's. I don't think they even met until like 170.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, insane. Chris Claremont and Dave Cockrum came, and X-Men. X-Men was about to be canceled. They're like, you know what? Let's take away these privileged white kids with mutant superpowers, and let's give them a diversity cleanse. So they brought in a Russian, a furry German, an African goddess, a Native American with anger issues, even more so than me, and an Irish guy who screams, Banshee, and a Canadian guy, very short, very hairy, probably a little smelly, and that was your X-Men with Cyclops in the lead. So, you looking at the window?
No, I thought that bus
goodness.
just crashed into something.
Did it?
Because it stopped very abruptly. Because I was like, it didn't just hit my car, did it? But
Yeah.
no.
Were you parked out front?
No, I
right,
parked
okay.
across the street. That's why I was worried.
So, Mike, let me ask you, so other than X-Men and Daredevil, what were other characters that are huge now, but like that were really at the bottom of the barrel?
Oh my
back
God!
when you were-
The Flash, Barry Allen, the Flash.
Oh, really?
Barry Allen. Yeah.
Did you just ask X-Men or other heroes?
Like just
Other-
heroes in general?
Oh, okay.
any other
any other
comic book titles?
Yeah, like
That are
any other
huge
heroes
now?
that are huge now, but at back when you were getting comics, like you said, they're at the bottom of the bin.
Was Iron Man one of them?
Iron Man was not terribly loved. He was one of the founders of the Avengers, but oh God, I want to say around like two. I don't know the exact number of the Avengers, but there was called the Avengers the Crossing. It was towards the end, like 300 issues in, and he had given up the armor in the 80s, gave it to Rhodey because he was too drunk to
Oh, that's right. He was the whole alcoholic storyline.
Demon in a
There
bottle.
was two. Actually, that was the first one. He got over being a drunk because that's what you do. Then a little bit later, Obadiah Stane took over Stark Industries and kicked him out. And he was like, oh, no, and kind of forced him to start drinking. Even though that's not how, because that's how it works too, folks. You can make an alcoholic drink, even when he doesn't want to. So they had that unique storyline.
Interesting.
But Rhodey took over the armor, and Tony lost everything. And then they had him like working from the ground up.
Mhm.
And then he created this new like Stark Enterprises. And it became like this international phenomenon because companies do. But like towards Avengers 375, Kang had been messing with the timeline. So he turned Iron Man into a murderer. And yeah, Iron Man killed a bunch of people. And they grabbed his younger self from time traveled Jules stopped listening right around now. It's like, all right, peace, I'm out. Taking my throne and getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Lifted up with one hand.
Yeah. And they had young Iron Man kill old Iron Man. So then you had young Iron Man flying around. He's like, I'm Tony Stark, but I don't have a mustache. So yeah, it was weird. And it just was not fun. It was not a fun thing. And then they had Heroes Reborn. Heroes Reborn is where they farmed out Iron Man, Captain America, the Avengers, the Incredible Hulk, Fantastic Four to the Image guys.
What?
Yep.
When was this?
This was early 2000s.
I was going to say that doesn't sound like a Disney leadership kind of idea.
No, it's not. It was Ron Perlman leadership. So they farmed it all out.
Perlman.
No, yeah, not Beauty and the Beast, Ron Perlman. Although that would have been cool. Yeah, Sons of Anarchy. Get these fucking guys out of here.
Flying through this world.
So that's when, Jim Lee was on it. Rob Liefeld. That's where Cap had boobs. If you want to pull that up.
I don't want to.
Perlmutter? Is it Perlmutter?
Yeah, Perlmutter.
Ron Perlmutter. Perlmutter. That's it. Sorry.
I don't want to put that in my search.
All right.
My search engine.
How about just Rob Liefeld, Captain America?
Okay.
It's a very famous image, and you're going to be like, oh shit.
Okay.
And screen share it because it was
100%.
weird. So weird.
Captain America.
Captain America. Images. There you go. First one came up.
So that's what. Oh man, that's fucking funny.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know what? I was just talking about this with my wife today, with the wonderful Julia, and this is I respect the crap out of Rob Liefeld.
Oh my God.
Yes, there we go.
That's
not necessarily for this, but I respect him because he is just a really nice guy. So,
is that on the cover of something? Like what series is that?
That's Captain America. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Love it.
Oh,
and
man, I'm sorry.
and you know what? He's got a good sense of humor about himself. I like that.
You know what? You have to be though. Like look at what you write and do for a living. Like,
I know. Of course.
Like if you make pretend for a living, I feel like you should try. And
you should have a target on your back. You know. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But that was. So yeah.
What were some other heroes? Because someone had
Green Lantern. Hal Jordan was.
Green Lantern wasn't a.
Hal Jordan was. Hal Jordan hasn't been. He gets a lot of disrespect.
Joshua says Black Panther. Was Black Panther always kind of? Was Black Panther a popular character?
I've always thought of Black Panther as very popular.
Yeah,
he was always one of my favorites. He and Captain America, like the two non-superpowered Avengers, they were always my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you read Avengers between 150 and 200. Black Panther's like in there a lot, but in weird spaces. Pardon me, where you're like, holy crap.
You wouldn't have thought about putting him there,
right?
Per se,
because he came
something else, but not necessarily that.
He came in at. He's always been. He's like Hawkeye. Hawkeye and the Black Panther. Like, I'm here. I'm the king of Wakanda. I'm going back. I'm the king of Wakanda. Which, you know what? It's a tough juggling act. And Hawkeye is like, fuck Captain America. I'm an Avenger. Screw Tony Stark. I'm an Avenger.
He's kind of like, I'm not picking sides. I'm here to save the world.
Yeah, but he was also kind of like Hawkeye was cool. Hawkeye had he was like the spoiled brat. He's like, what did he say? There was oh my God, it was like a tribute issue. And they're like, and Hawkeye would say to Captain America, they would argue crazy argue. Like Cap is like, Turkey's good. And Hawkeye's like, no, Turkey sucks and you suck and I could lead this team better than you. And it's like,
always delves into like I could lead better.
And that's what it is. He was always like, I want to be the leader. And Cap's like, dude, you want to be a leader? Then lead. Like, go ahead. You want to take it away from me? Go ahead. Otherwise, I'm knocking you on your ass.
Well, so didn't Hawkeye do that? Didn't he with the West Coast Avengers?
Yeah, but that was because the Vision put him out there.
Oh,
The Vision wanted to get rid of all of because he was trying to take over the world.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
And
in George Perez's run, right?
No, that was during Al Milgrom and I want to say Roger Stern's run.
Oh, okay.
It was Roger Stern's run. It was called Ultimate Vision. And or Absolute Vision. I'm sorry. He was hooked up because he had I'm a nerd celebrity.
Word of the day.
So, yes. So here we go. Annihilus is trying to take over New York. He's about to destroy the real our universe, and Negative Zone would become this universe. And so he's got this force field up around the Baxter Building, and the Avengers are going and trying to get to him, but it's expanding outward. So the Vision's like, yes, this is easy. He's like, I'm just gonna like phase through it. So he phases through it, and he like falls down dead. Like his completely disrupts him.
Holy shit!
So like, whoa, what's going on? And the Scarlet Witch is like, no. And so
takes over an entire time.
Fantastic Four and the Avengers coordinate, and they kick Annihilus's ass. And everybody's like, oh shit. And Franklin Richards and Alicia Masters are really badly injured in this whole thing. So they're all like flying away, trying to help them out. And Wanda's like, what about the Vision? So they stuck him in a tank. Because why? I would have thrown him. Yeah, I would have thrown him in a box and sent him back to wherever he came from. So
shipped to
warranty,
return.
yes.
His warranty expired.
Warranty, yeah.
You ship it back like an Amazon Prime package.
Exactly. How awesome would that be?
You go on Tony Stark's equivalent of Amazon, print out a return label. What
Stark Prime.
What are you returning? Vision.
Yeah, the Vision.
You mean the
Reason.
hero? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll send you this size box.
Exactly. Yeah.
Be here at 10 o'clock for pickup.
Do you need a replacement?
Do
Nah.
you need a replacement? Do you want one size bigger?
XL Vision. And it's like Captain America's like, oh, baby, with the big boobs.
He's like struggling to put it back in the box.
Snapping his like, don't bend that way. I don't care.
Because they've changed proportions.
He's sitting there just like fucking wrapping it with packing tape.
Doesn't have enough of it.
An arm sticking out and it's just like taped to the box. So
I'm so sorry. That's so stupid.
Oh, that's amazing. So they hook him up to, and Star Fox, by the way, Star Fox, who is Thanos' brother from Titan, the planet, the moon of Saturn.
Thanos has a brother?
Thanos has a brother named Star Fox, who you got to meet.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yes, you did. Right at the end of, what the hell was it? Eternals, wasn't it?
Was it Eternals?
Was it Eternals?
Was that the only hype part of Eternals?
Yeah, I think it was. No, that and Dane Whitman.
Josh Petrina just said you have to select a Whole Foods or a Kohl's to return them to.
Stark Foods.
The Stark Foods. Oh, thank you, Josh.
Trying to jam it in one of those fucking lockers, like bending it the fucking wrong way.
His fucking arm keeps falling out. It's like, fucking, come on. Thank you, Josh. Okay, so Star Fox.
So Star Fox, he's like, hey, I can fix him. And he hooks him up to the computer on Titan. And the computer on Titan gives him access to every computer system on the face of the planet. This is before the World Wide Web.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's plugged into S.H.I.E.L.D., the Avengers, Fantastic Four.
Everybody.
The NSA. KGB. Everybody.
There's such a thing as knowing too much information.
Damn straight. He had all the nuclear codes, so he was going to make one world under him. And
Star Fox Land, kids.
So he was able to, and he used the computer to subtly help people make decisions in his favor. So he took over as leader of the Avengers, made the Wasp step down, and then he created the West Coast Avengers because he needed to get rid of all these other heroes like Iron Man, James Rhodes,
right,
which no one knew he was stepping in for Iron Man,
right.
And this was after the Secret Wars.
I was just about to say, wasn't Rhodes
Yep.
in Secret Wars? Yeah,
because he called Captain Marvel Mama.
Yeah.
What's your problem, Mama? My mama didn't raise no dummies. I dug her rep.
But did they know he was Rhodes during Civil War? Or did they think it was Tony Stark, or at that time did they still not know the identity?
No, there were only a few people who knew that Iron Man was Tony Stark. One of them was Steve Rogers. Another one was, and Steve tried to pull an intervention on Iron Man, because Steve, Cap's father.
How you gonna try and have an intervention with somebody who could just fly away at any given moment?
He did. He fucking flew away. He can't really. So.
Oh man.
Tell Carla I said, Carla, I love you, man.
Oh man.
Jive asshole ain't got no brains anyhow. So.
Liefeld, all titties, no feet.
That's true. So there was, and they got rid of Hal Jordan. They turned him into Parallax, and that's when they brought in Kyle Rayner. They got rid of Barry Allen, the Flash. They thought he was too white bread.
You know
boring.
what?
Really?
You know what? I got a Mike Zapsik question. Then.
Yeah.
What was it? So we're definitely establishing that there are a lot of heroes now that were kind of bottom tier when you were growing up.
Yeah.
Who was a hero that you kind of wish stayed that way? Is there anybody?
That's a good question.
That I wish stayed like
you were just like, I wish you went away.
Well, they killed Flash, like Barry Allen.
Yeah.
I like Barry because Barry. I guess I was boring too. Yeah, I'm gonna see that in the comments. But Barry was my Flash growing up, and I loved seeing Wally. I think bringing Barry back might have been a mistake. Because Wally filled his shoes, and Wally was the first of the sidekicks to actually fulfill his role as, these guys were training. Yeah.
Being the Flash.
They were training these guys to take their place someday.
Yeah.
And Wally was ready, and Wally stepped in. Wally filled his shoes. Wally grew up. Because Wally was, when Mike Barons did the second Flash series.
Mm-hmm.
Wally was first off, he wasn't as fast as Barry Allen. He could only, hit the speed of sound.
Still fast, but
it's really fast. I mean, it's like, but you're not,
you're not
unlimited.
Barry Allen.
Yeah.
You can
travel in time.
You can travel in time, turn the planet around.
Yeah.
Flash.
No, you can run across the country in 3 hours fast, which is pretty fucking impressive if you ask me, but still.
Is Wally the current Flash in the Titans series?
Yes, he's in the Titans series.
So does he go back and forth between Justice League and Titans?
I think that there is no Justice League right now.
Well, true. But
no, that was Barry. Barry was in the Justice League.
Gotcha.
But Wally was the Magnificent Seven. He was in the Justice League that Grant Morrison put out. It was Wally and Kyle Rayner, and Aquaman had a fish hook for a hand, which is messed up. He did have a hook for a hand.
In the Justice League,
they did that to him in the Justice League cartoon as well.
I was just going to say, isn't that Wally West? Flash?
Yeah, that's Wally.
That's Wally.
Yeah.
Michael Rosenbaum.
Yep.
I think the first introduction I ever had to Barry Allen, officially, was Arrow. Because up until that point, I think I'd been just unknowingly it's been Wally growing up for me.
It was.
There was no other adaptions of him yet.
Jeff Johns had brought him back because Barry died during Crisis on Infinite Earths, and Crisis was DC's attempt to clean house, which huge mistake, because they thought that it was too confusing for new readers. But I don't think it's terribly confusing to have Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, Earth 4, Earth X, Earth S. you put everybody, all stories are legitimate. But they didn't do that.
I mean, to be a little fair, that's what kind of confuses me. Is the multiple Earths, the different variations of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see how that could work, but the idea of kind of cleansing that and making that kind of never happen, I'm not really on board with. I think that neither. It's just like, as someone who does get confused and intimidated by that stuff with comics, I get it.
I understand that, but why not make it like so cool to be part of the inside track?
Yeah.
That you want to, that most people are not dumb. Most people can figure stuff out. And it's like, oh, this Superman with the S right here instead of the S on his back, is here.
This Superman's got purple hair. Like, yeah, like we got it.
Yeah. And how cool is it? I mean, the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah, this is true.
Pretty badass, right?
You establish the rules of the universe right from the jump.
Damn straight.
And you know that you're somewhere different.
Of course.
I love, because you know what? Yeah, Spider-Verse does that really well in the movies. It's just like, oh yeah, the Spider-Man he dead.
Yeah.
And this is your new one. Accept it.
Yes. Because you're fucked if you don't.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, okay. I dig that.
Yeah.
Was there any other heroes for you that you were just kind of like...
Well, I love Barry. I love Barry, but I was like, you know what?
Bringing
Wally's
him
good.
back.
Yeah. And Wally was the first one to step into his mentor's shoes. Dick Grayson would eventually do that. He put aside the Nightwing persona to be Batman for a little while. So, which is badass. And he proved he could do it, and just as well as Bruce. So.
Okay.
And who else? Nobody. No, not really. I don't think so.
I mean, there are plenty of probably like comic book characters. My question was more directed towards you personally, but like, there's definitely tons of comic book characters that have kind of stayed where they are.
Or maybe even characters that were huge when you were a kid and now you don't even see them anymore.
Not really.
No.
They tend to like recycle.
Yeah.
A lot. Justice Society was huge. Well, not huge, but I love the Justice Society, and now it's like
everywhere.
Impossible to find. Well, no, it's impossible to find Justice Society because
really,
because Jeff Johns is almost done. Jeff, the signing, please. Once his thing's done, then Justice Society's over.
Oh,
because he left DC.
Because he left DC to establish Ghost Machine.
Ghost Machine, yes. Oof. So,
sorry, I'm just looking through some of these comments,
cool.
Just seeing what's Star Fox's first order. Hey guys, we're all gonna get laid.
Yeah, Star Fox is very much like Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh my God, Silver Knight Kyle. Gargamel finally wins by time twisting his way into a multiverse of shroom villages. It's Crisis of Infinite Smurfs.
Oh dear Lord. Oh, that was.
I don't like that you put that into the universe because somebody's going to pick that up somewhere in the ether and think people need Crisis on Infinite Smurfs. Yeah. I hate how much of a good title that actually is. Oh no. Oh crap!
Is there only still one Smurfette? Like, there's multiple Smurfs, but still one Smurfette.
I think that's the Crisis on Infinite Smurfs.
She's overworked and underpaid.
Oh my God, it's so fucking good. So I see that you have a stack of.
Jack's got a stack.
He's got a stack of comic books there. Does that mean?
I believe it is.
It is time for... All right, Jack. What you got?
All right, number 1. Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives. Now, this is number 2. Number 3 did come out today, but I didn't get the chance to read it yet. But
he read number 2.
But I read number 2, and if you love Universal Monsters and the Creature and like really just great artwork, this is really cool. It's about a lady, and she was a previous victim of the creature, and reports in town have come that there are people are missing. People are coming up dead. So
It's in Florida, right?
I think it's it's
gotta
probably
be.
Florida. Definitely
It's
Florida.
Florida.
You mean to tell me the creature from the Black Lagoon is really just a mutant variant of the Florida Man?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So this town is going crazy, and this lady who was a previous victim, she's trying to investigate it and see, what it actually is. And every time the creature gets in her presence, she will pass out. She will have nightmares.
Flatulence, the whole nine yards.
And as she's
Clearly
searching,
allergic.
for this creature, she comes up against a gang that is also trying to find the creature, and they end up getting their
They end up getting got.
skulls destroyed.
As happens in Florida.
Yes.
I was about to say, like, everything that you're rattling off, this is Florida.
Yes. So that is
In the parking lot of a Dixie Lee. That's
If you see Disney in the sky, in the view of the sky in the distance, that's more accurate as well.
Publix. It's like Publix, sponsored by Publix. That'd be awesome.
All right, that's number one. Oh, who put that comic out and where?
This is Dan Waters by Image.
It's Image. Skybound. Sweet.
All right.
Yeah.
Then
Well, we got
number-
Well, let's give it to Ram and Matthew Roberts and Dave Stewart.
Okay,
there you go.
the writers
All right.
and inkers.
Number 2, again, this is another one that I didn't get to read. Number 4, which came out today, but this is Ghostbusters Back in Town. Number 2, again, I wish I had a number 3, but we sold out.
That's what happens.
That's what happens. But if you like Ghostbusters and if you were a fan of Frozen Empire, this is just really cool, just showing like what the family's been up to.
Oh, I told you what the fuck they've been up to. I'm like, wow, somebody caught the cursing bug.
Yeah, imagine. So it's just really cool to see like their family life and how Paul Rudd's character is trying to become a stepdad to Trevor and Phoebe, but also you get to see how growing up in the city, coming from a little farm town,
Very different
it's
dynamic.
very, very different. And it's just cool, and you get a lot of references from the original movies. And if you're a fan of Ghostbusters and like the new movie,
What number is this?
this is number 2, but today
Number 4 is out.
number 4 came out today.
Okay,
That I have not read
and 4
yet.
is I think the last.
The last one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you pick them up today if you could find them, because they're apparently flying off the shelves.
They
I'm
are.
not surprised. What you got next?
I'm going to throw this one over to Mike.
Okay, cool. This is Neil Gaiman's Anansi Boys.
Neil Gaiman. All right.
That's right, Nancy Boys. Anansi Boys. Anansi is the African god, the trickster god. He's a spider.
Okay.
He's a spider. What I tell you? How about a couple of fucking steps there, spider? Sorry, that's a good Phil's reference. I love that. I
picked up on it. That was a good
Attaboy.
one.
So anyway, this is Volley for Serve, and it's written by our friend Mark Bernardin.
No way.
Yes,
Oh,
sir. So this is adapted from the Neil Gaiman novel,
Okay.
and it has a very American Gods feel about it, which is unsurprising because when you have gods messing around with mortals, you get that kind of feel. So this gentleman is trying to hunt down his father, who was always kind of a dick dad. And when his mom was on her deathbed, his father came back, and he brought in like a marching band into her to the hospital, and they had in the cancer ward, they had a big old cancer party, and she lived for another bunch of years, and she got to travel the world, and she died in her sleep, like while traveling. So he's trying to track his dad down again because he's getting married, and his name is Fat Charlie, which he doesn't look terribly fat, but they call him Fat Charlie. And Turns out Fat Charlie is a little too late for reconnecting with his dad because his dad is dead. But
Spoilers, goddamn.
Charlie finds out that his dad was a god. So when somebody asks if your dad is a god, you say yes.
I should have picked up on that one.
Next up, shut up.
Nightwing 115.
It's your
So
boy.
it
My
is.
boy.
I'm surprised Mike's let me do Nightwing.
I was going to hear about that in the comments too. Holy shit.
If you read any new Nightwing, you know Alfred left Dick Grayson a bunch of money, and he started his own foundation to make Bloodhaven a better city and just provide for
He
the
named
poor.
it after him, right? He
the
started
Pennyworth.
the Alfred Pennyworth Foundation.
Yep.
Oh, that's dope.
So in this issue, Heartless, which actually I don't know too much about Heartless, which if you could tell me later on,
Sure.
but Heartless they're at this foundation, and Heartless breaks in and starts to literally just steal people's hearts. And
As one does.
I was not expecting that to be as literal as okay.
No,
he literally has like a gun, puts it up to your heart, and like
a hand comes out, grabs it, and says, "Ha, we got you."
You ever seen
Mohoram, Sitaram.
You ever seen Once Upon a Time? You ever seen that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was where Regina was. I was like, oh my god,
Mohoram, Situram,
hey,
Mohoram.
get away with that. Don't joke around with that. Stop it. It's not funny.
Kalima,
but Nightwing is also going through it a little bit. He's been having problems with oh god, why am I blanking on it? For some reason, he is just he can't go on buildings. Like he's too afraid of.
He's scared of heights.
He's scared of heights. Yes, he's scared of heights, and so that is really kind of
I get it.
bringing him down. So it's I
picked up on that one.
why not? So, but yeah, that's what's going on in Nightwing. And
Land. What's going on in Bloodhaven? Oh, and he's tossing back to me. Space Ghost. This is fantastic. You'll love it because the artwork is Jonathan Lau's, and Jonathan Lau is the gentleman who did, if you remember, Kevin's Green Hornet.
Oh, okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, also Kevin's Bionic Man.
And I also just saw a sneak peek at the beginning of this. Is that the Quest family?
That's a Johnny Quest. Yes.
Oh, this is
This is written by David Papose. I hope I'm not mangling your name.
This is by DC?
No, it's by Dynamite.
Ooh, okay.
Our friend Nick Barucci over at Dynamite. So anyway, if you'll recall, last issue, Space Ghost saved young Jan and Jace and their space monkey Blip from terrible space pirates. Not to be confused with other pirates. So Space Ghost leaves the kid on the Phantom Planet, or the Ghost Planet, they call it, and they're messing around, and they kind of earn Space Ghost's trust here. So Space Ghost goes and he kicks ass, and he. Speaking of which, we were talking about this before about the jetpacks. There they are, jetpacks. The kids, even the fucking monkey gets a jetpack. No jetpack for you, Christian,
no jetpack
but
for
jetpack for monkey.
No jetpack for us, Jack.
No,
What the fuck?
Jack gets no.
You know what? We get a proton pack instead. We're good.
That's
oh
right.
yeah, I
But
take a
how
proton
cool is
pack
that? No,
any
now
day.
we have the Space Ghost family. So it's
that's
pretty
dope.
dope. So yep, they get turned into superheroes. So this has just been fun.
It's a
This is-
Dynamite comic. Oh,
It is a Joe Dynamite comic. Gotta love it.
I love that. I love
telling you.
well, Space Ghost, just in general. I
Of
think
course
is
you
one
do.
of the coolest. Oh man, I love that. And the artwork is gorgeous. Even
Yes,
just from
it
flipping
is.
through the pages. Is the same team handling that Johnny Test comic that I saw while you were flipping through?
Johnny
that?
Quest.
Johnny
comics?
Quest.
No,
It's Johnny Test.
no.
Wow.
It's,
Throwback.
Joe Kelly, and Joe Kelly's the writer, but I don't know who's doing the art. Should be right there. Sebastian Perez,
Okay.
which is not Perez, but Perez.
Eddie's.
So, yeah, that's
That pretty much-
top 5 right there.
That's some good comics. That's some
Yes,
good
sir.
Comics.
Yes, sir.
All of which you could come in and find at the lovely Jane Silent Bob's Secret Stash, which
We
is
are
located where?
It is 65 Broad Street in beautiful downtown Red Bank. So,
Come say hello to these two lovely
yeah,
gents.
come on down.
Talk all about shipping Vision back.
Yes. Oh my God, that was so fun. So this weekend we've got an in-store signing.
Yes.
So that's going to be fun. That is Michael Schwartz. Michael Schwartz? Michael Schwartz is going to be here from Armored. Jack, you read it. You loved it.
I
great. Read it. I thought it was fantastic. We're pulling up on the events page. Last weekend we had Michael Schwartz is going to be here. We're very excited. Saturday from noon to 4 or until he sells out. That seems to be the thing.
He's going to be doing.
He's going to be doing. He's going to be selling his comic and signing for free. So come in and get your Armored 1 and 2. Armored 2 came out today, and man, talk about incredible. He's got blurbs from Dan Aykroyd, Jeff Johns, just a smattering of people. It's amazing. And if he wants a pull quote from Secret Stash manager Mike Zapsik, I'd be happy to give him. But we're looking forward to seeing Michael. And last weekend we had Chef David Burke here and his team, Marie from Dixie Lee Bakery.
Your new best friend.
David Burke, yeah. Love David Burke. We had just a great time. And Kevin popped in. Kevin was in town last weekend for the Chasing Amy. And oddly enough, he's going to be around this weekend, so you never know who shows up at the stash. He's going to be in this weekend for the Smodcastle is doing Bear Who Drive Car 2.
Yes, we're marathoning the Clerks cartoon.
Fantastic. All 6 episodes?
All 6 episodes.
All 6 of them. All of them.
With the co-creator Dave Mandel.
I've never met Dave. I'm going to swing by, and I hope to meet him.
I love Clerks, the animated series.
I will also on Saturday. Saturday is going to be busy for me, so I'm here. I'm gonna hang with Michael Schwartz for a little bit, and then I'm going over to help my new best friend David Burke at Monmouth Park, Monmouth Racetrack.
Okay.
Yeah, he's making tuna tartare, and I'm going to join him up on stage. So,
Ooh,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Have
Nice.
fun.
I will. Yeah. As if you could stop me from having fun.
I wasn't.
You son of a bitch.
Damn.
Holy crap.
He thwarted my plan. Fuck.
See?
Oh my god.
So that's going to be a blast. And then Sunday, something's happening on Sunday.
What's
Never
happening
know.
on Sunday?
Who knows? Something's happening on Sunday. What's going on at Smodcastle Sunday?
Smodcastle Sunday.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a shout
We're
out.
well, besides from the Bears driving, I think that weekend we're also doing. Oh yeah, no, it's just
Stranger at the Gate? I have no idea what that is.
I have no idea what that is either. We're interactive film screening the following
Lovely.
day. Oh, and then the day before we're doing a karaoke night
Oh, no
on
Really?
the day before Bears driving.
Really? That Friday night you're doing a karaoke?
I guess so.
Holy fuck. All right. I guess.
It's coming soon, Kahuna's.
Kahuna Vision.
Because I'm coming soon, Kahuna Vision.
So, all right. Great idea. All right. Follow me, folks. Now, I'm going to name a name. Matt Munster. How awesome would that be? Love that name, right?
Oh,
Actually, I'm going to name 2 names. That and Murder Quincy Blastoff. All right, so it's Matt Munster and Murder Quincy Blastoff. So I love those 2 guys. I'm just saying.
Quincy Blastoff.
Matt Munster.
Murder.
Munster spelled Munster, Munster, like the cheese.
Wait. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Can I save that Murphy? What was it? Murphy Matt Blastoff. What was the
Murder Quincy Blastoff.
Murder Quincy Blastoff? you can't call that anything else except like a psychedelic funk band. Like
No,
like that sounds like Parliament, dude.
It
like,
is the most awesome. You don't fuck with that man's name.
It's 100% you don't fuck with that.
Murder
that
Quincy
name.
Blastoff. You
Murder
don't fuck
Quincy
with him.
Blastoff is awesome.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's
So,
the name of my next music project, kids.
I was driving home. I was driving to work, and Jules and I were talking, and I was driving by it's so fucked up, but it was by the Episcopal Church. And I'm like, Murder Quincy Blastoff. And she's like, what? I said, Murder Quincy Blastoff. Would you mess with that man? She's like, absolutely not. Not even a little bit. I said,
first there was landfill.
no, first
there was landfill. Now
No,
there's
no,
Murder
no.
Quincy.
First, there was Jimmy Obergeist. Jimmy Obergeist was the guy we created. So
And then simulcast.
we got rid of. Well, he was the guy that he was the manager of the Secret Stash back in 2016. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
whenever someone can I speak to the manager, and I'd be like, sorry, he's not here. What's his name? Oh, it's Jimmy Obergeist. And we get credit card applications every week for Jimmy Obergeist. So I could make that man. I could make Jimmy Obergeist a human being, because he's got. I'm sure he's got a credit report right now. He's got an FBI file, the whole 9 yards.
Right next to Murder Quincy Blastoff.
No, Murder Quincy Blastoff is a saint among men, but he takes no shit from no one.
Oh man, everybody's got an FBI file. Okay.
Not as extensive as Jimmy Obergeist.
and then Matt Munster.
Matt Munster.
I
Love
want to
you.
be a part of this band so bad. Oh my! You told me never be yourself on the phone. Always be a Jimmy or a Batman.
That's very true. Yes.
That's the lesson here, kids. Never be yourself.
Yes.
Always be a Jimmy or a Batman. I'm gonna take that as a cue.
Take it to the grave with you.
You know what? Start digging.
Not in my concrete. Stop.
What? I can't have my final resting place be here? All right, I see how it is.
Just lay over there. That's fine. People step over you.
No, this is true. All right, guys. Thank you again for tuning into another episode of Live from the Secret Stash. Actually, if you want to keep up with the nerdy discussions, go check out US Comics Company and their podcast that is starting up at 8 p.m.
Where's our check?
It's in the mail.
Sure. Yeah.
But,
made out to Jimmy Obergeist. Charlie, make it out to Murder Quincy Blastoff. I need to establish that fucker's credit.
As always, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys as always. Take care.
Later, Christian.
See ya.
Later, everybody.
Adios.
Hey kids, we're live at the Secret Stash with Mike, Julia, and Christian. It's a hella bash. Tune in and check out the podcast. We got the nerd button on repeat and we're gonna smash. Come on in, I assure you that we're open. Shoot polish on our signs, cause our locks are always broken. You need that view askew? You know we got you, dude. Showing gratitude and always smiling, never rude.